All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Silverback Talks. Tonight we've got with us Jacob the Animal Green out of Beckley, West Virginia, top end sporting team. What's going on, homie?
What's up, dude?
Trying to get this right here. Last time I got my butt handed to me because I didn't have the chat going, so I gotta make sure I gotta have the chat going when folks get on. So start a little early, but hopefully people start chiming in. First and foremost, Jake, let's start with family, man. How's Amy? How y'all doing?
Working all the time, man. She works two, three different jobs. Yeah, they're the same job, just different places, but we
Yeah.
stay busy, dude. Boys got sports, school, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I remember. She's in the medical field too. I remember when me and Samantha, I guess probably the first 10 years was married. She was bouncing different places, working a couple different hospitals back and forth. Kind of unique though. You can take your job, go do it multiple places, and work part time and still make full time hours at different places.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they got they lucky in that area. Um, I guess talk about how we got you on the shows. Me and you become pretty good friends over the last year or so. Um, met. I guess we really started talking before our team versus team match up in Beckley last year. You pulled Willie Comer there.
yeah.
That's the first time I really got to watch you pull. Was obviously impressed. You've been on an absolute tear since then. Currently, the number one 242 in West Virginia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought because you beat Winkler, which got you to number one. Um, so I mean, and right at a year's time, you've been pulling. About how long you been pulling? Just over a year.
Yeah, about 14 months.
Yeah, about 14 months, and already number one in the state of West Virginia. And West Virginia arm wrestling is really. I mean, I think it's kind of like a. It's been there, but I know that people are really trying to get some more of exposure. Bo Horner's working hard to get West Virginia on the map. I
Very.
know Christine Castro. They've done a good job in the past, and now some of the young bucks are coming in wanting to help showcase West Virginia too. 98% is helping showcase West Virginia. Bo working with them as well. So really good stuff going on in the state of West Virginia. Um, but I guess let's start there. You took first in West Virginia States last year, and I guess what was your last big match? Was that it? Wouldn't have been Levi. You've had matches since Levi,
No, it was Levi. I think it was my last super match. Yeah, back in
and
June.
so Levi. Then your next match coming up is not Ted, but it's Cody Kilgore
Yeah.
in May, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about Cody. You probably looked at more. I don't know anything about him. He hit me up on the match. I looked up his credentials. He seemed legit. Ranked out of Bama. No, what state's he coming out of?
Yeah. He's ranked number one, Alabama super heavies. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he seems to be legit, man. He's looking forward because he's pulling you right hand and he's pulling Stotesbury left hand in
Yeah.
May. So that should be fun. And then in June, I said you don't have anything between May and June 22nd at Redmond's, right?
Right. I may go. I might go do a tournament. See when that one that Casto's doing. She sent
Oh
me
yeah,
one. That,
I just saw that today.
I think it might be the beginning of June. If so, I may do that left hand.
Hold on a second, real quick.
What's up, Ted? Hey, Ted,
So
I'm getting ready for you, buddy.
my
Look at this.
daughter's radio was going off in her room. She's downstairs. Yeah, he's protein loading Ted.
Look at this diet. Look at this quality diet.
If me and Ted ate like that, would be huge. But so I know that's a big match in May with Cody. Big match with Ted. And then you said the tournament, Christina's tournament. That's so you're loaded through the spring and into the summer. Then
Yep. Yeah, I haven't done anything this past few months, but train, man. Try
I hate
try to get back on the weight regimen and all that good stuff.
I hate the match in April didn't end up happening in Ohio. I was looking forward to that with you as well, going up there.
Austin Collins, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd been legit. I would like that. But the going into the, I guess I don't know right now. It's too early to tell, but I know y'all are probably hosting. Looks like I saw Danny made it official, hosted it on or posted it today. Yeah, it is happening in July in Beckley, July 27th, I think is that date. So I'm sure I'll get on that card. I know you don't have your match lined up yet, but you're on the card, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't have anything yet. War on the Mountain 2 in Beckley.
It's always a good show in there. A good crowd always comes through. We normally have people all over the place. Um, I saw a pretty cool post you had going this weekend pulling with the medal. He had a hell of a show in at Winter Blast. Um, and then you said he's legit, huh?
He's strong.
Yeah, awesome. That's what Danny said the same thing to me about him, and he looked legit. When I talked to Grondon about Grondon's like I never heard of the guy. He said he wanted a match, showed up, did a hell of a job. So Danny told me he actually pulled him one time in a match. So I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. I did figure that out too.
Yeah. The and then I know me and you both are together down at I'm looking forward to it, the Great American Bash in December.
Yeah,
That's
that's gonna
that's
be killed.
going to be badass. I'm excited about that. We'll go. I'm staying for the second day so I can watch you. And I don't know if Lorraine's going to need any help refing or anything, but I think I'm day one, and then you'll be day two.
Yeah, I'm day 2 for sure.
Um, so one thing you and I talk about a lot, and we'll get into the training regimen. You you do a lot of lifting, probably more lifting than table time, I would say, pulling wise. Now, you're not table time practicing because y'all are consistent as hell as far as practicing every week, but you probably do more lifting machines versus table pulley system and everything like that, don't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're kind of like me. You focus on upper body. We don't touch legs.
What's that?
Legs are for losers.
I walk them in babies all day.
I don't hug my family with my legs. um, but I know you recently you sent me a video of you. What was it? 415? What was it you threw up the other day?
I think it was 405 or so.
405. You're being modest. You could have got away with 415. 405. And the next day you was telling me your back was hurting. I was like, dude, we're too old. We're too old for that crap. I remember
Really?
last time I can't even remember. It was like 425 in 2017. And immediately after that lift, I was like, I won't never do that again. My
Yeah,
body's not made for it. I was like, I'll never do that again.
dude, it usually hurts my lower back like hell.
I and we see some guys like Tim Lewis that say just incredibly like active on those kinds of lifts, bench and full body lifting, and I'm pretty much all arm wrestling technique now. That's about all I mess with.
Yeah, I've kind of left the bench alone and mainly just do a lot of dumbbells.
Yeah, and I was telling you about Dunwoody was telling me this past weekend that he doesn't touch more than 35 when fully supinated, and you would think a guy like him, strong as he is, big as he is, he'd be throwing around those 80s, 85,
Oh,
80s supinated, and nah, he's like, I don't touch anything more than 35.
yeah, it's crazy.
I know you stick with a lot of cable work too, like me as well. I live on the cable crossovers. I don't, I mean, I'd be fine never touching dumbbells if I could just stay on the cable crossovers all the time.
I use cables for a lot of things, man. Literally a lot of things. I mean, from wrist curls. I do my cable flies. I do them single handed, so I can do more of a concentrated squeeze.
Yeah,
Uh, all my curls I do on cables.
yeah. The let's go back to talk a little bit about the team. One thing I noticed when we was talking about table time practice, and what y'all are great about is y'all bring outsiders in different sets of hands. One, your team's big by number. Um, y'all are, you have roughly 10 to 15, 10 to plus people at every practice, include different hands. People come from outsiders. Um, as recent as the medal this week, hell, I've came up for practices. Y'all have people come in all the time. And I think that's one of the things I like about y'all is you just never know who's really going to turn up for y'all's practices and show up. Um, and then the guy, oh my gosh, number one, 220 in West Virginia.
Toby.
Yeah, yeah. He came up and worked with y'all that week too. I mean, y'all just never know who's really going to show up with y'all.
Yeah, you have no idea.
And the success of y'all's team too, between you, Chris Wood, Bryce Colson, Jonah's coming up fast. I mean, and then it's like I talked about with Danny, the ones that's been inactive and are trying to get back active with Bo. Bo's going to walk right in to be a force to reckon with at 242.
Yeah, man.
Assuming that's what weight class he's going to be at, is 242. I think 220 probably. I think he could do 220, but that's going to be a heavy cut for him.
Yeah,
If he
he had
gets
to
to
lose a
220,
lot.
watch the hell out. Watch the hell out if he gets to 220.
That's
But
how I
yeah,
felt was out at 220.
do what?
That's kind of how I felt at 220.
Just weak. Oh,
Yeah, but I did my cut really fast.
yeah. No, I've told you from the get go. You're everywhere from 220 to heavyweight. I've told you I like you at 242. I think that's where you look the best, where you look the strongest. Your cuts aren't not even a cut to 242 anymore. Really, it's kind of where you walking around under it now, anyways. But I like you at 242. That's for sure. I was telling Willie, trying to get Willie up there with you. He needs to pull more with guys like you that can help him really fight to strength. Willie right now he's outgrown our team from a strength standpoint. We really don't have much for him anymore. He's put on so much size. Got to get him up there to grab a hold of it really, because he's up and coming for us right now. As active as he's staying, and he's only getting faster, getting stronger, getting smarter. A year from now, I just see him being kind of the face of our team. I really do.
For sure. He's
The
strong.
Oh yeah. He's just got to learn how, like me. He's got to learn to get that hand control first.
Yep.
Hits there, got to get the hand first. What's going on, y'all? A lot of folks on right now. Danny, Lucky, Levi, Chris. Chris is clowning your hair. Yeah, needs a freaking hippie.
Respect.
Ted, of course, always on. Appreciate the love, Ted. But the but y'all's team, a lot of folks want to come up. Sean's made trips to come pull with y'all. It's always a good time. The getting back into the diet too. Now you're probably the absolute worst person to talk to about a diet, as you're sitting there eating pizza, and I'm getting ready to go eat chicken and just chicken and maybe a protein shake. But you eat whatever the hell you want for the most part. But you told me you don't eat 3 meals a day. You don't touch breakfast, right? You
Right.
don't eat breakfast.
Dude, a lot of times I only
Yeah.
eat one time a day. Sometimes twice. I'll eat lunch and then something in the evening. That's gonna be it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you told me, because I give you crap about what you do eat when you do eat, um, and you're like, well, it's my 1 meal a day. Well, so if you're only doing OMAD 1 meal a day, hell, Arby's ain't a bad deal. And you can keep on. That should be your sponsor. Is freaking Arby's, man. You should talk to the Arby's of Beckley and see if they can work on some sponsorship for you.
I
Danny, you
remember
listen.
sending you those videos.
Go talk to Arby's and Beckley and see if they can sponsor Jacob the Animal Green. Maybe they can get an animal sandwich at Arby's. The animal combo.
Big at that big.
Yeah, what's going on, David Brent? Good to see y'all chiming in. But yeah, the diet, you and I talk about it all the time. I've seen you throw your weight around a lot, but it looks like right now you're your most consistent I've ever seen. Staying consistent 242, and I think that's going to show on the table too, where you're not having to drop. Because I think when we first started talking a lot, you were sitting around that 250 plus.
Oh yeah, 270,
Yeah,
260.
I think I can recall you being in the 260s one time and cutting down to 42, and then I've seen you at like 228 in the last few months. We got sick, and then now you're floating around 243. But let's get into like really because you and I are we talk about the arm wrestling community a lot of times, and sometimes I'm not gonna really we have private conversations about a lot of folks in the community, but we you and I are both not everybody's cup of tea. We like to ruffle feathers a little bit, keep it going, but tell me a little bit about what you see. Let's talk about just the pros, the type. But let's talk about the good things that we see in the arm wrestling community, not the stuff that we find lame and whack that you and I talk about privately.
I think everything, all the tournaments, all these round robins and stuff that are going on are really a good thing. I've only been in a year,
Yeah,
but it seems like in that year there's been a lot of new stuff pop up. It's getting a lot of publicity out there. You got all these podcasts.
yeah,
Then you've got Lucky uh, starting up hers with
yeah,
those other females.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
don't,
she's
I don't
she's
like
been a
a whole
really
lot of
huge. She's been a
a whole
huge
lot of the
advocate for the
theatrical
female.
stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah, she's been a huge advocate for the female arm wrestlers. Really, they've been there, and she's just getting them the exposure. And there's no way you can't respect that. And I think she and I a lot alike like that, where we're doing it for the benefit of the sport, not necessarily us. I'm no stud, I'm no state champion, I'm nothing special by any means, but I love the sport enough to where I like to help folks like you get more exposure that are doing huge things in competition. Um, and so it's very rewarding to me to know that I can be associated with helping the sport and the community grow as well. It's talking about, I'd say, man, the people we come across, just think about the people you talk to regularly. Hell, if it wasn't for arm wrestling, you and I probably we wouldn't know each other. You know what I mean? And we talk all day, every day now. And think about the other people I've developed close friendships with, simply to have several of them that's on our chat right now. Brent, David, several guys, Danny, that's on this chat that listen right now. I've developed very close friendships with that it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for arm wrestling. And very different too. That they each personality. Like you and I are very similar personalities, but there's a lot of folks that you catch yourself talking to day to day that you're not a lot alike. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you need that balance too.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's I think you find people you can that are like you struggle with the same crap. Um, me and you, we deal with a lot of the same bull crap, and we know that's how we can talk to one another. And you find that with several other folks. And I'm gonna use Redmond as one. I struggle with my drinking a lot of times, so I'll hit him up. I need him to slap me around a little bit, talk some sense into me. Um, help me see that I'm in my head and crap like that. But you know,
Yep.
you tend to lean on the brotherhood. It really is a brotherhood and a sisterhood of the sport, and I know we're not the only ones that's like that. I know it's a lot of folks like that too.
Everybody's got issues, man, whether they admit it or not. Nobody's perfect.
I think it was me. I was in a group. Maybe it was like I think everybody in arm wrestling is a little bit crazy. There's a little bit wrong with most of us,
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
and I think if you put yourself through a lot of crap that we put ourselves through, where there's really no reward monetarily, I guess we're rewarded in here. We're rewarded with pride. We're rewarded with uh, the just the sense of doing well. But outside of that, there's no money in it to walk away with for us. For us, well, I'll say little folks. I'm the real little folks. Then there's the big little folks like you. But there's not a whole lot for it in it for us.
We got to start somewhere, though. You never know where we'll end.
That's true. And I've told you, you in particular, I think your potential is just sky high, man. And that's why it's I've always told you anything I can do, your team does a great job promoting you, advertising you, and trying to get your scene out there. You do it yourself. You network very well yourself, trying to finding your own matches as well. Um, Amy's a huge supporter of you. I've had the pleasure of meeting Amy a few times. She's great. I think you do a good job getting out there, and I think going to the Great American Bash is really going to be that next step for you to get seen on a more national level, at least East Coast.
Man, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm anxious how they do the seedings. When I had Lorray on, and I'm looking at the faces and the names of all the 198s, I'm like, I've got to be the 32 seeds. Like I don't know how he does the seeds. I'm hoping to God it's random draw. I'm like 32 seed, cool. Robbie Russell round one, awesome.
Yeah, that'd be like shit.
Let's just say I'm 31 seed. Okay, cool. Adam Warzinski round one, awesome. It's like I don't know how he's going to do the seeding, but I'm hoping to God it's just random draw. I say that, but I also don't want to see somebody like a Robbie and Adam pull round one when they could be a potential finals match. I don't want to see
Yeah,
that. Um,
right.
I won't. I'm going there for good competition, but man, I'm really about the uh, the Great American Bash, dude. I'm gonna be like a fanboy there, honestly. Like I'm gonna be more excited about the after pulling and day two, being able to watch and
Yeah,
joke
dude.
around with the guys from day one. Then probably day. Then I'll probably be 0-2 and be done on day one.
I mean, look at my class, man. I got like, I think Ron Bass in my class, and like
Yeah, you do.
Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo. Yes.
So how do you think I feel? I feel the same exact way.
um,
Giving
the
hell, I guess.
yeah, yeah, no doubt. The one thing I know we'll probably spend a little bit of time talking about this topic with me and you because we're both relatively new to the sport, and then y'all, you've had so many new folks come through y'all's team. What advice would you give these youngsters, male, female? Like, what would you tell them? I know you and I talk about what we would as what how we really, I guess, what's if you were a coach, you know what I mean? What is it you would say to these coach and not big brother in one of them, but as a coach, how would you talk to these youngsters coming into it and these guys and you coming into the sport?
Don't start too fast. Learn how to arm wrestle correctly first.
Yeah.
Don't worry about practice, who you can beat in practice. Be breaking your arm. I mean, there's no point in trying to pin somebody in practice. Just trying to get better, get smarter. So just start slow.
I think learning correctly is something I didn't do, and I didn't have anybody really experienced for us to start our team with to learn the right way. We was a bunch of green guys. I mean, hell, me and Willie started on a countertop with two T-shirts underneath our arms. You know what I mean? We didn't start up the right way. We didn't start with. Brent Prezel was the first person I ever got on the pad with, and it was at my first tournament. I shouldn't have been showing up to a tournament the first time I'm ever getting on the table. I mean, that is stupid. You know what I mean? And Brent kind of took me. He's asked me a question. I just said I'm pulling pro right because I was like, man, I'm driving to Boone. I'm gonna win some money. It felt because I thought I had it, and he asked some
Right.
questions. He turned to them. He said, "Amateur." He said, "Take him off the pro, put him in amateur." And it was I look at it, and that was a saving grace because I mean I would have got killed. I would have maybe gotten hurt, not know what I was doing. Because at
Yeah.
least in most amateur tournaments, the refs looking out for you, and they're going to pull. They're going to stop an arm break position. Whereas some pro, they'll let it go because you're protecting yourself. They take it you can protect yourself. But um,
I've
the
had two people I can think of pop their bicep on me. One guy at my first tournament in Tennessee took the hit and just instantly went down. It popped. Dude, I went into a hook with at WV States. He popped his bicep. And
oh
dude,
yeah,
that's not
I
too well.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you tell me you heard it. You told me you could hear it pop.
Yeah, dude, I could hear it. I felt it, and it was just, it's not good.
No, man.
And these are big dudes, man. The one guy was 350 plus, easy, and he was right handed and hurt his shit. The
Yeah.
the other guy, the left hander, he used to be an arm wrestler years ago, and he was just making a comeback and went too fast.
Well, you look at Dave Shea's nasty bicep tear, and man, I love Dave. I love Dave. Dave, get well
Yep.
soon. I love Dave, man. I've talked to him a few times. Hell of a nice guy. Maybe the biggest 220 in America, or going to
He's
be the biggest 220. But that is a nasty tear. And I saw him put something today, and he said the first surgeon he went to isn't even comfortable with
yeah.
doing the surgery. So I
Yeah,
was
so he ended up having to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I was going to hit him up and just send him my wishes, best wishes. Hope everything heals soon. But his bruise was nasty. His whole arm looked complete. Dave is plop. He's
Yeah.
jacked and his whole arm just looked deflated. Um,
He was born.
yeah, yeah.
They said he was the size of his forearm. That's why they didn't feel comfortable.
That is what they. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The size of the size of your. I mean, how do you? I mean, you gotta be flattering to be told that, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
in a way, yeah. But
um,
then, like, damn.
The man, the myth, the legend, Bo Horner chiming in. Good seeing you join us, Bo. Thanks for always supporting us. I was talking to Bo earlier about my upcoming match, trying to get some pointers from Bo. How about talking about Bo? Man, you was talking about him earlier. Hell of a show he put on it. East versus West.
But
Bo,
yeah, I talked to Bo earlier about that. I was like, dude.
yeah, yeah. He sent me the clip, and I knew he went now, but I didn't think to go look up the matches. And Devin is legit. You know, I haven't had a chance to pull with Devin, but I've repped his matches. He's in my weight class. He's the number one in Virginia. And Bo, I'm not saying he made light work of him, but he didn't give Bo a struggle. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking nothing away from Devin on that tip. Devin is very damn good. A hell of a
I
lot better.
mean,
I'd have to
Bo,
level up a couple levels to be on Devin's level. So it's I mean, I know Bo's been dodging me. I know that, but it's I'm gonna let him practice some more before I give him a chance at the champ.
shot at the belt.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to say that all the time. I'd walk around saying, "You want a shot at the belt?"
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
It may be somebody, but it ain't you. You ain't the one.
Yep.
But yeah, I do want to recognize Bo for his performance at East versus West. That's phenomenal. But yeah, going back to the how we with new guys. Um, Being a newer guy and a new team because our team's so green, I think you gave one of the best pieces of advice is where we should have started with someone um, tenured, a veteran that could really got us started. Because I wish instead of starting to hit hard, hitting fast, it's all in the hand. I wish I would have learned technique first, and uh, now I'm in it almost 2 years, and I'm just now starting to really learn hand technique first, then muscle.
You got to think, man. Me and you both have lifted weights for 15, 20 years. And we've never, well, I can say I've never trained my hand.
Yeah.
I've worried about muscles. I've worried, wearing Versa grips, whatever. But I've never worried about training my hand or worrying about if it will go backwards or not.
Yeah, I'm I'm not so much about giving my wrists like that, and I really don't have the flexibility. I see some guys that can really, yeah, I don't have it, man. We've got Chris Martin with us has got a freaking dead wrist, man. That thing goes back into a negative. You've grabbed a hold of it. You know what I mean? You can sit there and bend that thing back all day. I think Cole does too. Cole's got one of those
Yep.
wrists you can just bend on it all day. And
Yep.
says Jake, how was the pizza and what's the best pizza he's ever had? Good question by Danny Atkins. Leave it
What's
to
the best pizza he's ever had? Dude, I
him.
couldn't.
He wants to know the best pizza you've ever had.
I've had so many, I couldn't tell you. Oh,
Tostinos.
Tostinos.
Yeah.
That's the old red bear in here.
Yeah. Tostinos after about 12 Miller Lights hits the spot, dude.
It ain't bad.
after,
After about 8 beers, anything's good.
yeah, I was going to say, you one of those Tostinos after a trip out in the backyard with the dogs, it probably hits the spot.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, being going back to the being new to it, Danny said a good one. I think Redmond said the same thing about checking the ego. This is something you and I've talked a lot about, and I'm not going to go into naming no names, but there's a lot of egos out there with youngsters, and as well as I want to see them do and not get hurt, don't want to see anybody get hurt. Let me be very clear about that. Um, some people are due to be humbled. Some people need some humility, and I don't want to see anybody ever get hurt. But I see a lot of these young cats coming into a sport that's growing. They're coming in at the right time, in my opinion. But so it's kind of easy to hop on that train, and I'm seeing egos getting bigger than their talent awfully fast. So I'm a lot of mouth and keep it stirring up a little bit talking, but in reality, I'm probably about as humble as it gets in real talk when it comes to performance. I know my worth, and I just don't want to see anybody get hurt because they get too cocky on the table, and that's the God's honest truth.
Yep. For sure.
So Ted's accusing you of picking on old guys in North Carolina now. he had Levi first, Ted. Come on now. We call him Levi old. He's 17. I think he just had a birthday. Um, and then
Shout out to Levi just winning a freaking national title.
yeah, no man. Yeah. Let's talk about Levi for a second. So Levi, the what a great job. He took first 16s and 17s and 1920s. Is that what I read? 19.
I can't remember really.
Ted, you're listening. Correct me on that. I know you know what the. I'm not sure if Levi's still on or not. I thought I read he took first in 16, 17s, and 19 through 20.
He
Um,
probably did.
yeah, I believe he did very well. And then I don't know if he pulled bigger than that or not. Knowing Levi, as long as he was healthy, he probably went on to pull open as well.
Yeah.
Because Levi likes a challenge. He doesn't back down from challenge. You being a good example, um, and he wants it again. You know what I mean? Levi's hungry, and I respect that too. Let's see. Ted said he took first and 15 through 17, and second and 18 through 20. So in a national level, so that's phenomenal. Um, and Levi, what a hell of a kid too. And I say a kid because he's only 17. So uh, very. I told him this. One of the biggest compliments you can give a parent is somebody to tell you you've done a good job raising your kid. Well, his parents have done a damn good job raising him. He's humble. He's got a great attitude. He's probably too good to really associate with heathens like us. But I hope you don't.
What you creeping around for?
A little bit. Willie was calling in on me while I'm in the middle of a podcast. Guess Willie's not watching, obviously. So
Wife just walked in from work.
um Ted Bo's asking how many people's in the bracket. I don't know that you know that or not, Ted, but Bo, we can probably look them up or something, Bo. But I guess final words, Jake. Anything you got really to say? Anything want to tell the crowd just listen to anything? This is probably our biggest crowd we've had so far. I think I've seen up to 17 viewers tonight.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Doug Manzano for making all my memes.
Doug the Man Manzano, the Maniac Manzano. I like old Doug, man. I enjoyed cutting up with Doug when I was up there for the team versus team battle. What a nut, man. He ain't got a lick
He,
of damn sense.
he started this stuff with Danny like 6 years ago, man. Believe it or not.
No, really? I did not know that. I
He's
didn't
been
know
with
that
Danny
Doug was
from
in
the
the
start.
original crew.
Yeah, he's been with Danny from the start.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Doug's another one throws his weight all over the place. You never know where he's going to come in at.
Dude, those hits are crazy.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm sure I'll talk to you later on tonight. Um, tell Amy hey for me. Rub the dolls for me. Uh, I,
Said, hey,
thanks for she keeps sending me pictures of dogs, making me jealous. So if y'all don't know, uh, you got a cane corso and a boxer, right? That's what you've got.
yeah,
And I'm trying to talk my wife into for us getting a boxer now. So Jake's sure to send me videos and pictures of his all the time. But thank y'all all for tuning in. Like I said, check out Jake. He's got a match May 18th, Cody Kilgore at the Silverback Arms Crew 176 round robin super match event. May 18th, starting at 1 o'clock in Stoneville, North Carolina. And then also Jake will be at Throwdown at Redmond's 8 I guess it's around Asheville. I'm not sure the exact address is Asheville, North Carolina, but it's around Asheville on June 22nd versus Ted. So appreciate y'all chiming in. Until next time, y'all have a good one.
see y'all.